Ever wanted to become an Excel power user but thought you couldn't do it? I'm here to change that. The course features interactive lessons, downloadable content and exercises, even a Guru certificate on completion of the course. Take my online course at greentoguru.tk and become an expert in less than 7 hours. Use the coupon code NEWGURU for 50% off. Hey everyone, and welcome to Sort and Filter. We're going to start talking about the sort and filter commands within Excel. You're going to use these pretty often. And when you're working with sets of data, you're inevitably going to find cause to need to sort or filter your data depending on what kind of data you're working with. An example of a situation where you may want to sort data would be to create an alphabetically sorted list or sort top selling products by their sales figures, things like that. And when you have a set of unfiltered data, using sort and filter commands can help you make sense of that data quickly and display it in a logical manner. So to get started using the sort and filter command, you can find this button up here in the editing group of the Home tab ribbon. So if you go up there, you'll see a button that has an A and a Z and it says sort and filter. You'll click on that and you'll see a drop down menu come up. And the first option here in the drop down is sort A to Z. So if you have letters or names that you would like to sort and you choose A to Z, it would then sort those from the lowest to the highest. So it would start with A and it would go down to Z. Or if you had numbers, it would start off with the lowest numbers on top and the highest numbers on the bottom. If you wanted to sort Z to A, that would do exactly the opposite. So you'd have your highest numbers on top and then you would have your lowest numbers on the bottom. Or if you're doing an alphabetical list, you would start off with Z at the top and A on the bottom. So this is what's called a descending list. And sort A to Z is actually called an ascending list because it goes from lower to higher. So let's go ahead and get started by showing an example of sort and filter in action. In this particular example, I want to sort this information on staff name alphabetically. What I'll do in this case is I'll go ahead and select the information I'd like to sort, ensuring that my active cell is within the column that I want to sort on. So here you can see staff name is my active cell and that is in column A. So if I go up to sort and filter and select sort A to Z, it'll be sorted on staff name since that's the column that I have my active cell in. So in this case, I've gone ahead and sorted A to Z on staff name. And you can see this information within my table has been sorted. So if I want to do the opposite and sort from Z to A, I can just choose sort Z to A with the same information selected, click on that option, and it resorts my data the way I'd like it. Also, let me show you another example. Like I said with the active cell, it just depends in which column your active cell in, and that will be the column that is sorted. So in this case, let's say I want to sort on department rather than on staff name. This time, my active cell is in column B, and I'm going to go ahead and sort from A to Z. So you can see now, my data has been resorted from A to Z by the department column rather than the staff name column. And of course the same is true with the Z to A. It just depends in which column I have my active cell. So now that we've covered some basic A to Z alphabetical sorting, let's go even deeper into the sorting features that are available in Excel. Here we have a slightly different set of data where we have the same staff and departments, but we've added in some sales figures. And when you want to work with, different columns and a lot of different data, just the basic A to Z or high to low on one column based sorting might not be enough. The more data you have, the more options you're going to need to sort it. So Excel has you covered in that aspect. What you would do to get more options when it comes to sorting and filtering than just the A to Z or Z to A, high to low sorting is to go into the sort and filter menu and then click on custom sort. And what happens here is a dialog box is going to come up with a ton more options of how you like your data sorted. First off, it has a column, so you can choose the column that you would like to sort your data on. And in this case, we're going to sort on department because we're going to say that we want to see who the top sellers within each department is. So we want to sort it on department on the values, which would be either the numbers of the data that's in the cells, and we'll do it on A to Z. What you can also do here is change it from A to Z, from Z to A, so you can go from high to low or low to high using this order area. And also you can sort on cell color or font color, so it's not even necessarily values or alphabetical. You can actually choose other ways to sort your data just by the colors of the cells or the color of the font within the cell. So it's very versatile here. And we'll say that we want to sort it on department, and then we want to add a level. So we'll use this button here, and what happens is it adds in another row, and it's giving us more options to sort our data. So after it's been sorted by department, we can then sort on sales, going from largest to smallest. So if you read this, you can see it's going to sort by department first on A to Z, then by sales from largest to smallest. So this is going to break down by department who our top sellers are from largest to smallest. Also up here you'll see a checkbox that says my data has headers, and our data does have headers because we have staff name, department, and sales, and we don't want that sorted within the rest of our data, so we'll keep this checked. If we had, if we didn't have that kind of row and everything that we had within this was data that we wanted sorted, we could just uncheck that and everything would be sorted, including our heading rows. In this case, we do have heading rows, so we're going to keep that checked, and then we'll click on OK. Once Excel does that command, you can see now we have it sorted by department first and then by sales from largest to smallest. So we can see within each department who the top sellers are, going from high to low. So now you can see some of the options that are available to you as far as sorting. It's not just A to Z or high to low. You have many different levels and many different ways to sort, and you can find those by using the custom sort area within the sort and filter menu. The last thing we're going to talk about in this lesson is going to be filtering. Just like sorting, filter can be found here within the sort and filter area, and you would choose, of course, the filter option. And what you're going to see happen once you click on filter is now our columns have this down arrow that has appeared within each column. So that gives you options on how you would like to filter your data. And what exactly a filter means is you're getting rid of data that you don't necessarily want to see, but it's only on a temporary basis as long as you have that data filtered. So let's go ahead and do an example here. By default, it's going to have everything selected here in these checkbox. So let's say I only want to see the people that are on the maintenance team. I'm going to click on that select all checkbox, and all these checkboxes will go away. Then I'm going to click on maintenance. So now if I click OK, the only people that I'm going to see within this chart are going to be my maintenance workers. So you can see this is a quick way, if I had a lot of data, to just see what I want to view at that certain time. And I can tell how this data has been filtered because these two, while they both have down arrows, this one actually has a little picture of the filter on it. So that lets me know that this data has been filtered on department. I can click on that and go back and choose select all, and now all my information will be restored. So nothing is actually being deleted. It's just filtering out the information that I want to view at that certain time. So the best way to filter a set of data like this would be on department, because department has multiple values on each one. So we have workers that are within each department, and that's just the best way to view it. So I can do the same thing if I just want to view who's on the produce and spirits team. I would choose both of those and hit OK, and now I only have the produce and spirits workers here in my chart. So it just depends on how you want to view data when it comes to filtering, but it's always a great thing to know, because when you're working with a large set of information, being able to quickly filter it and see what you want to see is going to be a valuable resource for you. So also to note, when you're done filtering out the information and you want to just go ahead and remove the filters, you can go back up to that sort and filter option and go to filter, and it will automatically remove the filters from the columns. So If you want to leave that on there and be able to filter data, it's not a problem. It won't affect anything you do. Just make sure you're paying attention to which columns are being filtered on and that little filter symbol, and go into the menu and check out exactly how your data is being filtered, so you can be sure that when you're working with your data, you're not missing anything due to a filter. This is all great stuff. So it's my hope that now you have at least a basic understanding of sorting and filtering and how it works. Definitely go ahead and open up an Excel document. Try this out on your own, sort and filter some information, and just get a feel for how it works. And once you feel more comfortable with that, go ahead and move on to that next lesson.